Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome back to the vlog. We are getting back to our card routines. We're going to locals. For all of the hero fans out there, I am still working on that deck, but today is about Blue Eyes. All right, now we did order quite a few cards and I want to add the deck. So let's rip into that. Now, this is actually pretty interesting because it is still a fresh format, still figuring things out. I have some real ideas for side deck changes, and I really want to get this right because we do have 4 regionals coming up next month. We have Niagara, Montreal, Toronto, and maybe Rochester. So again, we're going to dive into the deck, we're going to dive into the mail, and we're going to make this all a whole lot better. Now, what we're really looking for is hand traps, and hopefully these are them. They are. It is Ally of Justice Cycle Reader. Trying this out for Fiendsmith might be overkill, but we're putting it in the side. Now, in theory, there should be 3 of these. There are, and for those of you who are unaware, what this essentially does, it lets you discard it and you can banish 2 light monsters from the graveyard. So it stops the whole Fiendsmith engine. In addition, we also have an extra piece of mail. I don't know what's in here. I would assume it's cards, so we're gonna rip it open and we're gonna see. Again, not sure what's inside, but we will find out together. It's definitely cards. Now the reveal for both of us, we have, okay, pre-preps. That's actually really exciting. Big shout outs to Matthew. He told me to order these a little while ago, and I think I got them for like 15 each. Great price, great card. We are going +1 every time. We will be adding Mitsurugi cards off of them, but I actually don't have those yet. We, in theory, have them in the mail. I hope they aren't lost. We'll see what happens. But at this point, that's it for mail. Let's work into the deck edit because we do have locals in a day or 2. And again, I want to make sure this is as good as it can be for the upcoming regionals. All right, now we do need the trunk and to grab the rest of our cards. Now, one thing I know I want is to reincorporate talents back into the deck. It's a card I took out. It's a card I miss. Now, I also want to move the called by from the side deck into the main, so we don't need this one, but it is a change we're making. Last week, I tried the Indigo Eyes Dragon, and I think I just want a second Tyrant for the sake of fusioning potentially twice. And there we go. That's our guy. So yeah, if you watched last Locals vlog, you saw that I tried summoning this and then I realized it doesn't do what I thought it did. You have to already have a Blue Eyes engraved to detach and bring one back. So if you're only playing 2 Blue Eyes, probably doesn't happen. Very niche interaction. So I think we'll just throw the second Tyrant in because I do feel like there are instances where I want the bonus. And just like that, already a lot happier. Now, as for the main deck, I think I just want to take out the Magnamut and the Prosperity. That'll be the called by and the tactics. As for the Cycle Raiders, I know what I want to do. I want to take out the Cosmic Cyclones in the side. I thought they were a good card. They definitely have applications against Blue Eyes and Odeon. However, I think Fiendsmith is just too scary of an engine and the Cycle Raiders will probably just be a little more valuable. That said, the called by in the side is going in the main, so that's the 3rd slot for the Cycle Reader. I am going to show you guys what the deck and the side look like before we go to locals, but I am running out of time. We need to go and, yeah. So, it was a big day. We were celebrating Athena's sister's birthday, my soon-to-be birthday, Easter, I think Greek Easter, and when we got there, we were greeted with a really cool surprise.
Come on in! Close your eyes.
Okay, okay, close.
Just stay here and close your eyes.
What? Athena's mom ended up surprising me by inviting my parents down, which actually meant the world to me. Once I moved to Toronto in 2022, it became really difficult to see my parents. I miss them, and days like today always mean so much more now. I think that every time we spend a day together, I remember it from start to finish, and I appreciate it. I know that this isn't necessarily Yu-Gi-Oh related, but it was a really wonderful memory, and I wanted to include it in the vlog so that we would always have it as this little time capsule. Do you want up, little one?
Oh, so good. Such a good girl. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy
not your
birthday.
birthday.
Oh, no. It's
But
not.
happy birthday. Happy birthday.
So as an update, Athena and I got back and it is the most inspiring sunset. I have to show you. It's something else. This is why we moved here. We wanted these beautiful sunsets. We wanted the light to make these vlogs as pretty as they could be. And I feel like we definitely found magic out here. Okay, so we are back out. We did grab the mail and I think we might have our cards. I'm going to open this at the gym because we are running a little late, but hopefully we'll open some Mitsurugi cards. Okay, so fun lore. We are currently at a gym I used to work out at when I went to university 15 years ago. It's been 15 years and they changed it. It used to be a Good Life, now it's a Fit for Less, which means it's a lot cheaper. But we're gonna check it out and we're gonna see just how we feel about it. Okay, so time to see if the package we have here is in fact the Mitsurugi cards we've been waiting for. And it is. We've got our rituals. We've got the ritual. Some people are talking about this being a one of, and if it is, I feel like at that point we pick up the QCR, but for now, very happy to have these. I feel like going back to an older gym really just brings you back to a time and place in your life. It almost feels like an old friend, and this one, it's really aged. You can tell that the dumbbells, the equipment, all of that, it's been through it. A lot of it hasn't been replaced, but I actually love that. I love when it feels like a gym's been used, like there's been real energy, like a lot of progress has been made there. I think this one just has so much character, so many memories, and already I'm kind of in love. It brought me back to a special place, and I think nostalgia is just incredibly important. I haven't done that in years. Felt great. Okay, so first workout done there. It is just about 2 a.m. but we figured, you know what? We were slacking a little bit through the move, so we're gonna give it our all, and that's what we're doing. Also, despite being as late as it is, we're about to be on Dundas Street, and it is still so lively. Welcome to Toronto. CN Tower is right up there. Don't know if you can see it, but very cool. We are tourists in our own city. Cheers. All right, so we're back, and before I forget, I did want to mention I swapped in the Cosmics yet again over the Lightning Storms. My thought is just this is better into Odeon, and I also feel like it's pretty good against Blue Eyes, against True Light if you preset it, against Lordly Load. Nobody else is doing it, so I could be off here, but I do want to try because we only have 2 weeks left before the regionals, and I do want to feel confident in the card choices. It's also worth noting, I do like the deck. At this point, I'm going to lay it out for you, but I am still considering playing pure Mitsurugi for that first regionals if I can feel comfy enough with it. So we'll give it a try. I will lay this out, and again, I think we're in a good place. Okay, so here we have the list post edits. I would like to add in a third drill beam. I'm not sure where I make that space. Maybe it's just a bonus card. I'm also working with 2 tokens for the inevitable Nibiru, which will not hit my board because I'm not playing into that, unless, of course, I am. This is a fun one. Ryan, you gave me this back in 2019 when we first met. Someone I'm very happy to still have with me, but that's the list we're taking, and we'll see how she does. Okay, so we have our deck, and I think it's time for locals. Okay, so as an update, I was thinking about it, we haven't played a game of cards in 2 weeks. So, might be a little rusty, but that's alright, that's what Locals is for. And honestly, I'm just really excited to get back to it, see the friends, see some good people, eat some good food, all the good stuff. Back on True Draco. Oh, that's a good dance.
About as much movement as you're ever gonna get out of me, to be honest.
No, it's nice. It's rhythmic. He's doing the Fortnite from
The Fortnite!
the Fortnite. Yeah. Are you excited?
Thrillers fan for life.
So this was an interesting locals, as Blue Eyes itself is typically a little bricky, but post ban list, so is everything else. And this week we really felt it. That said, we are jumping into match 1, game 1 against my guy Andre. Now, I lost the dice roll to Andre, but that's fine because I didn't draw Engine, and I needed the 6th card. He normals an Ice Ryzeal, and while I could Ash it, again, I do want Engine, so I activate the Fua. It draws me into a second draw. The conflict is crazy. He combos, I save the Ash for the Duo Drive, but unfortunately, the Crossout Designator, it comes down, Duo resolves, he lands on a Detonator, and I simply can't play through Detonator with Hand Trap. So we're going to game 2. Game 2, I open this hand, and well, yet again, Engine was just not located. That said, he also drew a questionable hand. A Saji was normaled. I ashed it, trying to save the Veiler just in case I absolutely needed it for Engine. Saji did swing in for damage. He proceeded to set 2 in the back. I draw into an Imperm and commit the Veiler as my normal. It got me into a Blue Eyes, and that actually cooked. So that said, while these first games were very funny, he was able to take the match with the Mitsurugi cards. I think that deck again is incredibly strong. So a lot of fun, and we'll take the next one. We're both still working to get the invite for a reason, you know?
That's good, man. Dude, I need to get under the waterfall, start meditating, like...
Do you see how the semicolon is there? Everything before that is paused.
Let's get another game. Please, off the record.
Name for a reason.
Oh, effect is activated or not?
I don't know. They put the card on the table?
Before
Goes to the graveyard. What do you mean?
It just happened.
Okay.
Is that a trick question?
So before the semicolon, everything that happens, semicolon says activate one of these.
Yes, targeting is on cost, yeah.
Is it an activation requirement?
Activation required.
Oh shit.
If you don't need activation, it glows blue, not yellow.
Because the logic... Why is it in there?
If I get game 1 Lancia, that is the swiftest judge call of my life.
Pleasure. It was kind of a weird week as it was a 3-round locals. One of my opponents just didn't show up, and we do only have 2 locals left pre-regionals, so we really do have to start testing. That said, we are going to jump into the next one. Is it like chest and tries? Yeah?
Yeah,
Cool.
chest and tries. And then legs is its own separate day.
I feel that.
Yeah. Another arms maybe.
Heck yeah. Big believer in training muscles like twice a week. Yeah. I feel like creatine is the one everybody should.
Yeah. No, it's good for you too, actually.
Beta alanine's like a close second.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. 7.
Probably would have given you like 3 draws or something.
You are choosing.
Alright. I'll go first.
Now, I lost the dice roll, but actually opened Engine in the form of Barrel. He, however, starts with a Fiendsmith track to get a Lurie, which is then discarded. He specials and then links into the Requiem, which of course gets into the Lacrima. Now, normally I wouldn't Imperm here, but I do need to keep him off a big board because I don't have a strong enough Engine to push through anything real here. So we fire off the first Imperm. He follows it up by activating a newly freed Circular from hand. I deeply question what he's on, and he specials. Next, both bodies are overlaid into an Alimbertion, and yet again, I fire off another Imperm, hoping this is the end of the push, and well, spoilers, it isn't. Sword comes down, I am out of hand traps, and he lands on a Detonator with Twins, Cross, and a sizable hand. Blue Eyes is pretty weak into Detonator, and yet again, we're going game 2. Now, I go first and open a Wishes, which we do activate, discarding the Drill Beam, and we get hit with a pretty strong Ash. Unfortunately, that was all of the Engine, so we are setting an Imperm to potentially get some bonus value on the Column Negate, because at this point, we just don't have anything else. So he draws and sends Engraver from hand, to which I do Ash. Again, I consider saving it, but I do need to get lucky and see him brick here. He does not. He activates 7th Tachyon and uses it to search a Ryzeal from deck to hand, set a Ryzeal is then summoned, and I fire off the Imperm I set, and miraculously, that actually does it. He swings for direct damage, and it's back to me, where I thankfully draw into a barrel, which is then normaled. Miraculously, the effect does resolve, and we set a load from deck. Then, before I forget, I do reset the drill beam from grave, so we have a couple in rotation. Barrel is then linked into Spirit, which grabs Mausoleum, which we are activating. Mausoleum targets the Spirit, we send a Blue Eyes to tribute the Spirit, and then special back the Big Blue. Next I banish Wishes to equip Neo Blue Eyes, and we make a Tyrant so we can get some bonus value going. From here, we simply swing to do some damage. Tyrant resets the Imperm from grave, and in main phase 2, I activate Lordly Load. This ad, while redundant, does thin the deck, and while I could use Load to summon another Blue Eyes, I don't want to commit a 5th summon, so I pass it back. He draws and activates a Bestial Baldrake, targeting the targeting protection in my grave. Neo is banished, and it's a clean summon. From there, Lurie does come down, and I don't want things to snowball, so I activate the Drill Beam, banishing the Lurie, and it was the right call, as yet again, he is passing back. I draw to a Sage, which felt amazing, and in standby, added back the Barrel from grave. From there, we normal summon it and use the effect to thin out yet another load from our deck. Then, we use Mausoleum's second normal ability to bring the Sage out from hand, which miraculously also resolves. Now, we add the Maiden to hand, then use its effect to send it to grave to activate True Light from deck. In response, he activates a card I also sided in for him, that being Psycho Reader, to banish not only the Blue Eyes, but also the Maiden from my grave. That said, I still see a line under Nib, so I'm using Mausoleum to target the Tyrant, increasing its attack by 800 by sending a Blue Eyes from deck to the grave. Now, he's already taken 17 from the last turn, and we go to battle. Tyrant swings in with 42 into the Baldrake, Barrel swings in with 16, and we use True Light to special in classic anime fashion. The Blue Eyes White Dragon, which does attack for game. We're going to game 3. So while we did make it to a game 3, it is an uphill battle as he is going first. That said, as noted before, today the boys are bricking, and he's setting 2 before passing. We got lucky here. I draw into a Fua, not actually lucky, and I don't have any real engine because, again, today that's just not happening. I activate a Roar to special summon a Blue Eyes from deck, and then I use my normal of Valor because it's the best we've got. Now, I consider a Spirit here, but I do want to try simplifying the game state dramatically and clear maybe a Bluff plugin or something like that. So I make a Lightstorm in an attempt to pop his field. However, a Valor does come down on his end, so we're just swinging in with 27. Now he draws, bricks harder, and sets what's likely a hand trap. I draw into actual engine, finally, thank goodness, and send Maiden from hand to grave to activate a True Light outside of the Imperm columns. From there, I admittedly misplay hard. I use True Light to set from deck, realizing I sided out the Majesty, so the wishes I'm setting can't activate, and I've already used Roar, which essentially puts me a turn behind in advantage. Though it is the day of bricking, so we might be okay. We play on, go to battle, and Lightstorm swings into the face down Troll and Lockbird. So yeah, it was a hand trap. There I pass back, he sets presumably a second hand trap, and in the end phase I use True Light to bring back the Blue Eyes, as well as a Maiden to go with it. I draw into Ultimate Slayer, not great, and use both the Blue Eyes and the Maiden on field to summon our first Synchro Spirit Dragon. Spirit swings into the second face down, Lightstorm hits directly, he's at 2600, and in battle, yet again, we're using True Light to special back the Blue Eyes from grave, and that's enough to clean up the game 3. Same, look at that.
Wow.
That's so cute.
That's so cute.
What has
Yeah.
the other one doesn't?
So, you want to know what my hand was?
Yeah.
So,
Show me the hand traps.
so
Oh, that's a beautiful engine you have
it's
there.
a beautiful engine.
Yeah.
That's Blue Eyes engine right there.
Okay, so we are back. I'm actually about to start filming the next vlog, but I did want to do a little check-in because I showed you my deck list in this episode, and I think after playing that last locals, it became very apparent that we should probably cut some cards. We should probably go back to 40. I think right now it's at 43, and I would just like to see engine 1 or 2 times in my tournament experience. So we are going to make a bit of an edit to this. I think I also want to throw Nibs in it. I was listening to a podcast with Joshua, Farfa, and Jib. They were noting that post-Alliance Insight, Nib is one of the only real hand traps in the Malice, so I figured we should throw it in now. And next locals, I'm not sure if it is post-Allen or not, but regardless, I do want it in the list. I do want to start getting comfy with where we are activating that. And Actually, if you guys have any advice for when one activates Nib into Ryzeal or Malice post Alliance Insight, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to just get a discussion going there. But I'm really excited about post Alliance Insight. We do get a brand new synchro for Blue Eyes, which you can summon off Spirit and then attack in the battle phase. Just helps you close out games a little bit faster. So I think the future of the game is looking really, really fun. The next video is also going to maybe be a little bit different in that it is my birthday coming up on the following week. I don't know how much footage we'll include from that. I do still want to go to locals. I still want to make it like a Yu-Gi-Oh video, but I'm pretty excited. I think the very near future of life is in a really good place. We have a bunch of regionals we're going to next month, so it's all very cool. Big thank you to all of you for watching, for supporting, for making this community feel so warm and inviting and just everything that it is. I'm really, really happy. And I think moving into the next year of life, I always ask myself, how do I feel when it's coming up to be my birthday? Am I happy with the decisions I made in the last year? And am I happy with where I'm going? And do I have that vision? And do I feel like I'm becoming the person that I want to be? And I can say very definitively that this last year is probably the best year of my life. Just moving in and living with Athena and starting cards again and just doing all that we have been. It has been wonderful. It has been in large part thanks to you guys as well. And I want to say a big thank you for being here, for making all this happen. We're going to have a really special year coming up, and I can't wait to film it and share it and just make this more of what it is. So thank you for being here. I will see you in the next one, which I'm filming in like 10 minutes. So I'll see you soon. I hope you're well. And as always, peace and love.